in a Damier Louis bucket. Bitch on the plane with 50 P's in her luggage. The bezel on the 41mm flooded. With the drama I love it, I know how.
Right. Yeah, no doubt, man. You know, but going into the next story anyway, this kind of ties right in. And we talk about the boycott, you know, with Gucci, Burberry, you know, came out with the news. And there's been a whole, you know, long list of companies, you know, that have, you know, been disrespecting this. Well, Gucci, you know, was one, and they came out and apologized. But then, like, right after that, Floyd Mayweather made a video and pretty much, you know, said, look, I'm going up in there. I think they said he spent like 200,000 in there, totally disrespecting, you know, and black people pretty much. Now, the commentary that we had, people seem to agree, you know, with our premise pretty much. Is like, you don't see other groups of people, you know, and I brought up Jewish people, whatever, etc. You don't see them going against their own cause, regardless. You know what I mean? Either they'll be quiet, you know what I mean, or they're going to fight with it. But them going against it, you don't see it. It's silly. But a prominent boxer, you know, who's actually friends with Floyd Mayweather, you know what I mean, gave his response. I'm gonna have you check this out, Sam, man. Tell me what you think about this, man.
So everybody kind of wants to know what's my take on this whole Floyd Mayweather, you know, Gucci scenario. You know, I had a few words with Brother Polite on Instagram, you know, because he was defending Floyd. And, you know, I know Polite, man. You know, I'm familiar with his work. And, you know, my mentor, you know, has battled Polite, you know, on many platforms. So, you know, I think Polite know better than that, man. You know what I'm saying? For him to be a leader or, you know, a self-proclaimed leader of the conscious community or, you know, supposed to be a role model of the comedic community, you know, for him to side with Floyd Mayweather on the issue, you know, that just don't sit well with me. And, you know, I love Floyd to death. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody to think I don't love Floyd. I've trained with his father. I've trained with his uncle. And, you know, if anybody watched me box, man, they'll know that a lot of my style is similar to Floyd Mayweather's. You know, I think he's brilliant in the ring, man, but the things he do, you know, as a champion, and when you speak as a champion, you know, you're talking about someone who stands for people who can't stand for themselves. You know, he gets a D or an E in that category, man. And, you know, him and Polite was trying to like deflect, man, and try to say, oh, well, you know, why don't we boycott this and why don't we boycott that, and how come we not boycotting rappers for rapping about you know, certain things in relation to you know, things that's damaging to our community. And basically what I explained to Polite was that rappers are just telling our American story. You understand? Black people have been, the Negro people have been oppressed in this country. You understand what I'm saying? We've been robbed of our name, heritage, language, and everything else you could think of. You understand what I'm saying? So the rappers that are glorifying drugs, alcohol, and guns and this and that, this is what we grew up on. You know, I told somebody, you know, if you was to turn a black person upside down, and you will see a sticker on them that say "Made in America." So any negative behavior that you see coming from us, it's because we was programmed this way. David Banner said it best. He said if a computer programmer uploads a virus on a computer and the computer starts malfunctioning, is it the computer's fault or is it the computer programmer's fault? So, you know, they were trying to digress, you understand? That still has nothing to do with what that Gucci took a straight shot at us and at our ancestors in the 400 years of captivity and police brutality and just injustice in general, man. And, you know, I just can't side with Floyd on this. And this is not the first time he's swerved from, you know, issues that we've had as a people. You know what I'm saying? The whole Donald Trump thing, the whole Black Lives Matter thing, he always swerving. He's never taken a stand for us. And there's no way that Manny Pacquiao would allow something like that to happen to the Filipino people. You know what I'm saying? If someone did something that took a direct shot or insult to the Filipino people, Manny Pacquiao wouldn't endorse that. Nor would Canelo Alvarez. If someone came out right now, something that mocked the Mexican people and mocked their poverty or something that they've dealt with as a nation or as within their culture or whatever the case may be, you think Canelo's gonna go and endorse that or stand behind that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And then, you know, that's just what makes me lose my respect for Floyd Mayweather, you know, as a man or as a leader. You understand what I'm saying? So I love him to death, man. I love him as a fighter. I love him as a boxer. I think he's a defensive genius, and, you know, I compliment him in everything that he's done in the ring. But do I see him as a champion and as a leader? Absolutely not.
There from the Champion Yahu Rock Blackwell Sandman, man. He could have been sitting here on this podcast, man, because you know, said some of the things we said, you know, in our podcast, you know, a few days ago, I think it was. So what are your thoughts though, man, on Yahu? You know, I'm speaking out, you know, once again, you know, he's a boxer, so he trained, you know, he kind of knows Mayweather personally. But what do you think about that though, man?
Well, it's good to hear a perspective from a boxer and someone that sat there with him and respects him in the ring and things like that. Is definitely great to hear a perspective. And we've done numerous videos for Yahu Blackwell, so we appreciate his work. It's definitely appreciated. So we all know that Mayweather's out for self, man. I think that's just obvious in the kind of antics that he throws out. He wants attention no matter whether it's good or bad. He's just strictly out for the attention on himself. And I think that really talks on the insecurity he has and holds on to as a man, that no matter if he's an undefeated boxer breaking Rocky Marciano's record as the #1 boxer in record wise of all time, and millions of dollars, damn near billions, houses, cars, you name it, and you still have to go and stoop down to this for attention. It just shows you really how insecure the man is. And Mr. Blackwell had a number of points that we brought up. One in particular, when he talked about Manny Pacquiao, you said the same thing. You expressed those same sentiments. I believe it was on Tuesday, the last time we were here. And then he brought up Canelo Alvarez. And another great point, and we were talking about boxing and how powerful boxing is, and how Muhammad Ali, when he sat there as heavyweight champion, how proud we were as a people. And then to see him say, no, he's not going to go to the war of Vietnam and lose the belt, something that was prestigious, and do that for his people. That's something that you could see a Canelo Alvarez doing now, or a Manny Pacquiao doing now for theirs. Then no way, shape, or form are you going to degrade ours, and I'm going to sit there and not only endorse it but mock my own while doing it. It's never going to happen.
And the crazy part when I think about this, how we used to watch the Olympics when we were younger, and everybody, all these people who are just proud of their country, they got to drape themselves in that flag. And we see that. And that's another point, you know, that he hit on. We were stripped of a thorough knowledge, you know, of where we came from. We don't have that connection like other people, you know, do. So even when you can see that the Olympians, they put the American flag on. For some of us, yeah, they can don it and be proud. But some of us, it's still a symbol of slavery, you know, torture, you know, police brutality, you know, poverty. It's still a symbol. So a lot of us can't get with that. You know what I mean? In particular. So here's what I'll say. The same way that it's a psychosis of these rappers, they've been programmed. You got people like Floyd Mayweather who have been programmed to go to self-hate, to go against their own people. Again, why is it that we're the only people that do that? He brought up Pacquiao. He brought up Alvarez. These people are so proud, man, to be where they're from and say, look, I'm Puerto Rican, or, you know, I'm Filipino, and they don it and they wear it. Not all of us are like that. And I think it speaks to, you know, that's why I'm never surprised when I see people like Floyd Mayweather, but I definitely disagree, you know, with him. And I think it's just sad.
You know, God, I want to kind of bring this full circle because I lost my train of thought in the Jesse Smollett conversation in regards to talking to T.I., but this is a perfect time to bring that back in.
No doubt.
In regards to even Manny Pacquiao and Canelo Alvarez and how proud they are of their people. You would never see them on social media threatening to boycott or doing this. They're just going to get with their people and are going to shut it off. So although I do apologize in regards to T.I. monetizing his record and making money from it because he's a musician and you go ahead and make money from your record, my bad in saying that.
Right.
I do still hold strong in me believing that there is some still kind of fake outrage. And I took a little slack for that too, but you just gotta, I apologize for it. You gotta excuse me, because I see some of these people really trying to capitalize off of the obvious. When you see Ebro throw out the fact that Ryan Lockett isn't getting locked up for his ignorant shit he did. Well, no shit. We all know that. Jesse Smollett knew that walking into the situation. He tried to prey and being a victim and thinking he can get away with it. And he deserves to be held accountable for his fucking actions. Let's not throw shade or throw excuse or try to spin the situation for the sake of views or argument because you're trying to portray a different Rome or a different kind of side when it comes to election year 2. Fake recognize. Come on, man. Don't do that. So I gave criticism a little bit, T.I., because I feel as though I see that a little bit when it comes to his social media. Do I think he's genuine in what he does? 100%. Do I think he cares about us? 100%. I also properly did research and seen that he has his own clothing lines and things like that too, that he promotes and that he pushes. So salute to that. We could start buying and promoting T.I.'s content as well. I would like to see that more, as opposed to saying boycott this. Let's throw a fashion show together. You get some kids, you get some adults to promote your line, and you'll see endorsements all through the board when it comes to this podcast.
But my thing is still, I just like, I don't want to nitpick though with it. You know what I mean? Because like somebody's saying something, they saying it. I don't want to sit up. It's like, oh, if it's fake or not. Even though we know it is, just let them. You know what I mean? I just like let them go, because again, you won't see a Jewish, you won't see, you know, somebody saying, well, they fake with that shit. They just shut the hell up and say, oh, and they fall back because it's for, you know what I'm saying? So
I agree.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, man, that's definitely a good segment right there. I appreciate that video, you know, coming through, because we definitely want to hear boxers,